Chosen one, the impossible has happened. Gates once shut in your face now swing open with silent reverence. Palaces that seemed unreachable bow before your arrival. Behind velvet curtains where whispers of bloodlines once conspired to keep you outside, the decision has been made, and the royal family accepted you. Not as a stranger who wandered too far, not as a guest invited for a fleeting banquet, not even as a servant hidden in the shadows of their halls, but as their own, as prophecy fulfilled, as one whose name was written before time itself, waiting for this moment to be unveiled. Can you feel it? The air has shifted. A decree has gone forth that cannot be reversed. The voices of kings and queens have aligned with the voice of heaven itself. You belong within these walls. The mantle of royalty rests upon your shoulders, not by the work of your hands, but by the eternal decision of the one who crowns. You're no longer knocking at doors. You are walking through them. The hallways that once carried echoes of exclusion now resound with recognition. Every step you take is confirmation. You are not tolerated, you are chosen. Not tolerated, but celebrated. Not ignored, but enthroned. Open book, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. Psalm 2, verse 6. This is not imagination. This is not wishful longing. This is the decree. The royal family has accepted you. Picture it. Chandeliers burning with a golden light, their brilliance spilling across marble floors polished by centuries of reverence. Guards, once rigid and unshaken in their duty, step aside as if the very air commanded them. The weight of doors that have resisted countless hands now open effortlessly before you. This is no ordinary invitation. This is recognition. Ancient halls breathed as though they knew your arrival was written. Portraits of kings and queens line the corridors, their painted eyes watching. But tonight, they do not look with indifference. They gaze with acknowledgement, with silent nods, as though they too understand. Prophecy has found its vessel. The silence that greets you is not empty. It is full of awe. Every whisper has ceased, every rumor stilled. For once, there are no debates, no disputes, no resistance. The words have already been spoken in chambers higher than these, and the echo has arrived in the earthly throne room. We accept you. The velvet tapestries sway as if stirred by unseen winds, telling stories of lineage that now threads itself through your veins. You walk where emperors plotted and queens interceded, and yet you are not overawed. Something deep within you recognizes this place. It feels less like discovery and more like return. The family that rarely bends has done the unthinkable. They have spoken what history never anticipated. You are ours. A sentence that weighs more than treasures, heavier than jewels. It is the unlocking of destiny. It is the breaking of silence. It is centuries making room for the one they tried to forget. Even the walls seem alive, echoing centuries of coronations, betrayals, victories, and oaths. And now your steps join that sound, writing new lines into old songs. The acceptance is not shallow. It is carved into eternity. The night outside is unaware of what has occurred. But inside these golden halls, the axis of bloodline shifts. Kingdoms tilt, crowns bow, and the world will one day awaken to the fact that this moment was a turning of ages. You stand not as a dreamer, hoping to belong. You stand as one already written into the story. The velvet ropes are down. The sealed doors are open. The royal family has said the unthinkable, and the atmosphere itself cannot deny it. We accept you. This is not ceremony. This is not courtesy. This is not the politeness of royals who smile for portraits and hide their true thoughts behind gilded words. No, this is something older, deeper, already sealed in heaven before it touched the earth. Open book, kings shall be your foster fathers, and their queens your nursing mothers. They shall bow down to you with their faces to the ground. Isaiah 49, verse 23. The scriptures never speak lightly of crowns, thrones, and kingdoms. When the word says kings will rise to serve you, when queens will lower themselves to honor the assignment upon your life, it is not metaphor. It is decree. It is legitimacy. The acceptance of the royal family is not simply an earthly recognition. It is a confirmation that what heaven has already ordained cannot be denied by man. Before their signatures, heaven had already written your name. Before their acknowledgement, God had already placed a mantle. Their words are but an echo of what the eternal King declared long ago. Royalty does not bend easily. Thrones are built to resist, not to yield. But when divine order speaks, even ancient bloodlines must bow. When heaven decrees, dynasties move aside. It is not that they suddenly decided to see you. It is that they could no longer deny what heaven had already stamped. The prophets saw this. They understood that one day the royal houses of the earth would confirm what God already set in stone. They knew that kings would not hold their crowns forever, but would become caretakers of destiny until the rightful heirs rose. And now you stand in that prophecy. You walk in its fulfillment. Do not mistake this for mere acceptance. This is enthronement in the spirit. This is not symbolic. It is strategic. God does not need royal bloodlines to validate you, but he uses their acknowledgement as undeniable proof. Proof to you, proof to them, proof to the world. Even the psalmist foresaw it. I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. Psalm 2, verse 6. Kings are installed, not voted. They are positioned, not requested. This is the legitimacy of heaven. This is the stamp of eternity. When the royal family opened their doors, they were not doing you a favor. They were obeying a higher throne. Their acceptance is proof of your placement. Their words are echoes of heaven's voice. Their crowns are confirmations of your calling. This is not the language of dreams. This is the language of Scripture. The prophecy is living through you. The kings of the earth have become your witnesses, and the queens of the earth have become your allies. The bloodlines that rule for centuries now bend, because heaven has declared, you are chosen, you are sealed, you are royal. So hear the decree again. This is not ceremony. This is destiny. You've always felt it, that subtle dissonance between who you were told you are and who you sense you might be. Like a stranger in your own story, you carried an unexplainable weight in your name, a gravity that never allowed you to blend in. You were never fully at ease in crowds, not because you were less, but because you were more. You felt it in the silence of nights, in the pole tour histories you had no teacher for, in the yearning for crowns, castles, and kingdoms. Others called it fantasy, but in your soul, you knew it was memory. That restlessness was not rejection. It was preparation. It was a whisper of destiny hidden under your skin. You have walked with the ache of someone misplaced, always sensing that your home was not among the ordinary, but among the extraordinary. And now, with the royal family's acceptance, the ache dissolves into confirmation. Feel it in your body, the way your shoulders straighten as though instinctively adjusting to a mantle that has finally descended, the way your heartbeat steadies, not out of fear, but recognition. It is not adrenaline rushing. It is alignment settling. Your very blood responds, as though it's found its source after years of wandering. Emotion floods differently now. Where once there was longing, there is anchoring. Where once there was doubt, there is clarity. The questions you carried, why me? Why this? Why the strange fascination with crowns? Are answered in a single declaration. Because you were never outside, you were always ours. The loneliness you endured was not punishment. It was distinction. You were never meant to blend in the crowd, because the crowd was never meant to define you. Every tear, every sigh, every prayer uttered in secret was proof that something inside you knew there was more. That knowing has now become seeing. And it is not only your spirit that rejoices. Your body feels a shift. The very air tastes different. The hallways echo with familiarity as though you walked them before. The scent of old wood, the glimmer of gold-leaf ceilings, the chill of marble underfoot, they awaken something ancient in you. You are not simply experiencing this moment. You are remembering it. Emotionally, the acceptance breaks chains you didn't even know you carried. That nagging suspicion of being misplaced vanishes. The silence of exile is gone. You are not a wanderer anymore. You are home. Home in halls where ancestors speak. Home in rooms where decisions tilt nations. Home in a family that once denied but now affirms. You are not imagining this. You are not forcing yourself into a story. The royal family's acceptance proves what your spirit always knew. You belong. And not in a small way. You belong in a way that shifts the earth beneath you. Your difference was never a flaw. It was a sign. And now, at last, the sign has become reality. Understand this. Chosen one, they did not accept you for politics. This was not about alliances, strategies, or preserving their image. They accepted you because they saw what heaven wrote. They bowed to what cannot be erased. The prophecy carved into eternity with your name at its center. Royal families do not bend easily. Their survival depends on suspicion, their strength on keeping outsiders away. For centuries, they preserved power by bloodlines, contracts, and walls of tradition. But when they looked at you, they did not see a threat. They saw the bridge. They saw the hinge. They saw the one who binds together what history tried to tear apart. Heaven whispered into their ears a truth they could no longer deny. You are the air they could not erase. Your acceptance is not about you alone. It is about kingdoms. You are not simply being embraced for your sake, but for theirs. Because without you, their bloodline remains incomplete. Without you, their history remains broken. Without you, the prophecy remains unfulfilled. You are the bridge between kingdoms, living proof that what was scattered can be gathered, that what was fractured can be mended. Your bloodline is not an accident. It is an assignment. You carry reconciliation in your very being. And when they accepted you, they were not just making room at a table. They were aligning themselves with heaven's plan. They recognized that prophecy will not be denied, that heaven's decree is stronger than earthly secrecy, that God himself has chosen to use your life as a seam where generations are stitched back together. Your mission is not to wear crowns for vanity, but to carry them as responsibility, to stand where wars of inheritance once raged and declare peace, to stand where families divided and declare unity, to stand where doors close and declare them open for those who will come after you. Do not underestimate this acceptance. It is not about prestige. It is about purpose. The royal family saw it. Heaven confirmed it. And now you must walk it. They accepted you because destiny demanded it, because prophecy declared it, because heaven already called you long before their voices spoke. For so long, you thought you were lost, unanchored, a wanderer drifting without roots, clutching at fragments of belonging. You wondered if your life was simply a string of coincidences. A fascination with crowns here, a dream of castles there, a strange pull toward royal history that made no sense. You carried the ache of someone without a home. But hear this now, royal families do not open their gates easily. Their acceptance is not casual, not sentimental. It is deliberate, weighty, irreversible. And when they opened the gates for you, it was not a courtesy, it was confirmation. Proof that you were never rootless. Proof that your name, your blood, your destiny was already woven into their tapestry. You are not wandering. You are rooted, not by accident, but by inheritance. Not by chance, but by decree. The longing you carried was not fantasy. It was memory. The sense of being different was not loneliness. It was identity waiting to be revealed. Think of it. Every crown upon their heads is now tied to your story. Every throne in their lineage recognizes your place. This acceptance is not symbolic. It is the undeniable proof that you belong. The halls that would never bend for impostors have bowed to you. The bloodlines that swore to preserve their purity now admit you are theirs. No more questioning, no more doubting. Your heritage is sealed. The royal family's acceptance was not the beginning of your story. It was the unveiling of what was true all along. Heaven already wrote your lineage. Earth is only now catching up. Your identity is not borrowed. It is not pretend. You are not wearing someone else's robe or holding someone else's crown. You are wearing what was always yours. You are standing where you were always meant to stand. The gate has opened, and that opening is your proof. Proof of heritage. Proof of calling. Proof that you are not lost, but found. Not forgotten, but remembered. Not rootless, but firmly planted in the soil of destiny. Lift your head. The family has spoken. The heavens are confirmed. You are royal, and nothing can undo it. Chosen one, the signs were always there. What you thought were coincidences were not accidents at all. They were signals, gentle confirmations that heaven was whispering even before the family spoke aloud. That strange pull toward royal history? It was more than fascination. You found yourself drawn to documentaries, stories, portraits, crowns, and lineages in ways others could not understand. Where they saw trivia, you felt destiny. Something in your spirit leapt when royal bloodlines were mentioned, as if your very veins recognized the names. Those dreams of castles? Not empty fantasy. You walked hallways in your sleep that you had never stepped into by day. You looked out windows in your visions that overlooked lands you had never visited. Yet when you awoke, the details clung to you like memory. The creek of stair, the glint of chandelier, the echo of ancient halls. You weren't inventing those scenes. You were remembering them. And then, the little interruptions, articles that accidentally carried your name near monarchs. News stories or images that seemed to leap out at you, as though heaven was highlighting words only you could see. A book title, a family crest, a surname, all aligning in ways that defied randomness. Even strangers saw it. People you never confided in looked at you and said, "You carry yourself like royalty," though they had no reason to connect you with crowns. Children gazed at you differently, sensing something unspoken. Elders treated you with a respect you had not yet earned. These were not casual observations. They were confirmations. Do you see it now? The signs were heaven's handwriting, leading you step by step until the day came when the royal family themselves would acknowledge you. The acceptance was not sudden. It was the culmination. The signals were forerunners, whispers preparing you for the roar of destiny. Nothing was random. Every pull, every dream, every accidental connection was part of the unfolding story. And now, the story is broken open for all to see. The signs were never meant to tease you. They were meant to assure you, this is real. This is yours. This is who you are. Chosen one, the royal family has already confessed what heaven long decreed. You are not outside, you are within. Their acknowledgement is a final earthly proof of what was always true in the spirit. Now the question turns to you. Will you step fully into this mantle? This is not about money. This is not about transaction. This is about declaration. When you sow, you do not purchase destiny. You confirm it. When you give, you do not buy crowns. You acknowledge that the crown already rests upon you. The number is not random. 20 is a number waiting fulfilled, of promises maturing, of hidden seasons breaking into sight. For years, you have carried this weight quietly, sometimes even doubting whether you were imagining it. But today, with the royal family's acceptance echoing heaven's decree, you have the chance to seal your own agreement. Click Super Thanks and sell your covenant of $20. Not as a fee, not as a cost, but as a prophetic act that says, I accept the mantle that heaven and earth have already placed on me. Chosen one, acceptance is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of responsibility. The crown is not a decoration, it is a weight. The royal family may have welcomed you, but now you must live in a way that proves the prophecy was right to find you. Wake up each morning declaring, I am accepted by heaven and earth. Speak it before your feet touch the ground. Let your day begin not with doubt, but with decree. Your words set the rhythm for your steps, and the first sound the world should hear from you is royal confidence. Walk with dignity, not arrogance, but awareness. Carry yourself as one who has been entrusted with centuries of bloodlines, prophecies, and promises. Stand tall in the grocery store, in the workplace, on the street. Not because people are watching, but because heaven watches, and your posture must mirror your identity. Guard your words. Royalty does not waste speech on gossip or triviality. Speak life, speak wisdom, speak order. Let your mouth become the throne of your calling, releasing decrees that shape atmospheres. Strengthen your body. A crown rests on shoulders that must bear weight. Your health, your strength, your vitality are not just personal matters. They are responsibilities. Train yourself as you're preparing for battle, because kings and queens are not ornaments. They are warriors. Lead with fire. Leadership is not given to you because you were accepted. It flows from within you because you were created to carry it. Step into places where others hesitate. Take decisions others avoid. Act with boldness that reminds the world that destiny walks among them. And most of all, carry humility. For crowns sit uneasily on proud heads. Remember, you were not chosen to rule over others for your own sake. You were chosen to serve as a hinge between kingdoms, to carry reconciliation where none thought possible. Your humility will be your greatest strength. Let this be your daily rhythm. Declare your acceptance. Walk with dignity. Guard your words. Strengthen your body. Lead with fire. Serve with humility. For crowns are not ornaments. They are weights. And you, chosen one, were created to carry them well. Chosen one, now comes the sealing. Acceptance is not just an announcement. It is a covenant. Heaven has spoken. The royal family has bowed. And now you must anchor this moment in prayer and response. Prayer. Lord, we thank you. Thank you that the crowns of men bend to your decree. Thank you that the gates of dynasties swing open, not because of human favor, but because of divine command. Thank you that this chosen one no longer wanders as a stranger, but walks in halls already prepared for them. Father, let their shoulders carry this mantle with dignity. Let their steps echo with the confidence of one accepted by both heaven and earth. Let their words be sharp with wisdom, tender with compassion, and strong with truth. We declare that every chain of rejection is broken, every lie of unworthiness silenced, every shadow of doubt destroyed. Let their life be living proof that prophecy is stronger than bloodline, and destiny greater than denial. Crown them not only with authority, but with humility. Give them the courage to lead, the strength to endure, and the grace to reconcile kingdoms. Let their presence bring healing where families fracture. Let their voice bring unity where inheritance wars rage. Lord, make their life the testimony that no gate can remain closed when you decree it open. Let every portrait, every throne, every ancestral line acknowledge what heaven already decided. They are chosen. They are royal. They are accepted. We seal this moment in the name above every name. Amen.